What's going on, guys? I'm Relatable Gaming and welcome back to StaTech Industry. Boys, I'm excited about this one. We've got a lot, so let's jump right on into it. So off camera, well, not off camera, but between episodes, I did a stream. And in that stream, we got ourselves a chemical reactor, which finally unlocked Eyes of Ender. With those Eyes of Ender, we're able to light the Ender portal. But before we do that, I want to show you all a little bit of spectrum progression that we've made. I did a lot of work, I'm going to be honest, because we were like right here. So we got the under the sea one. I had to go and float around on a boat. Got liquid crystal, unlocked the Enchanter, knowledge gems, Enderman secrets, Neolith, a new ore, and we're pretty much up to here. I want to set up the Enchanter today, and I want to get us a bottle of ruin today, which requires a dragon's breath, which is why we're going to go ahead and fight the dragon. Yes, sir. There's our end portal. All right, let's hop in. Any dragon fight, we're going to have to go around and take out all of these, just like something like that. Then I'm going to try and glide over here, take them out about like that. Should be able to make pretty light work of these things. I enchanted myself a bow. This bad boy's got power 5, unbreaking 3, and infinity. And of course, y'all know the drill. Sit down here and try and take it out without trying to take myself out just like that. At least I don't take fall damage, so that's pretty nice. I got knocked off a couple times taking out the towers, but I hadn't had too bad of an experience quite yet. I haven't had any Endermen somehow managed to get mad at me, so that's amazing. And I'm not a very good shot with a bow, but I have managed to get a good bit of dragon's breath here. An Ender dragon down. How about it? Free the inn. Spore galore. I don't know what spore galore is. And we'll grab our dragon egg just like this. Throw a torch underneath there. So whenever I went to make this stuff here, unstable and dangerous, it spawned in a bunch of this stuff. This is called Midnight Solution, but I throw a mob into it and kill it. It drops this stuff, Midnight Chips. Well, and I've already got one more of these sitting over at my base, and those Midnight Chips is another component that we'll need for getting our bottle of whatever it's called, I don't remember, ruin, bottle of ruin. So I'm going to grab myself my other midnight chip, and I believe all we're going to need now is some Azerite and some fermented spider eye. Oh, we're actually out of spider eyes now. I'm going to have to go and kill some spiders. But also we're going to need that Azerite, and I think I've only got... Oh, I'm out of it actually, so that I'll have to show y'all how to find that stuff as well. So this is Azerite. It looks just like lapis ore, and it spawns kind of around the same level. I was able to find it in a cave here right next to the deep dark actually. I didn't even realize that was right there. But it stands out pretty well, especially if you have shaders on it. Pretty much glows. But yeah, it's not super hard to find. It's kind of rare. Maybe as rare as diamonds. I don't know if it's that rare. Probably not, because I just found a bunch of it right there. But yeah, I'm going to collect a little bit of this because we're going to need some in the future as well. And that's now everything we need to make our bottle of ruin, just like so. And that's probably going to be a long recipe. Yeah, that's a 60-second recipe. And as I throw some more smooth basalt into the furnace to get smelted up, we're going to go put this to use. So as we see reading the quest, this may be the one thing aggressive enough to destroy even some materials previously deemed unbreakable. Let's get ourselves some bedrock, boys. I don't know how long it's going to take. Oh, I see that this one down below it has changed. See how it's called ruin now? I can mine that up. Oh, and that one just changed right there in front of me. I can mine that now and get bedrock dust. So I can just sit here and mine up this stuff. And as it says, it does have a chance of ruining a world. So I'm going to go ahead and slap that back down right there and let it just kind of keep eating up. Ladies and gentlemen, the tool leveling table. This thing is absolutely insane. I can throw any tool that I want in there. So for now, I'll throw this in there. And then I could throw, let's say, some items in there. And we can see, oh, the upgrade cost for Fortune is 2,427. Oh, now I've got Fortune 4. Now I've got Fortune 5. I can give it some more efficiency. So I'm in need of antimony, and I wanted to show y'all this hammer. It's now unbreaking 4, Fortune 10, efficiency 9. And, you know, it's pretty amazing, I'm going to be honest. Oh my god, that is awesome. So my next step is going to be to get myself an enchanter because I want to start putting some enchantments on stuff but I don't want to waste the books. And the cool thing about this thing is that once you fully set it up, you don't have to use but one book to get all of the enchantments you want. So this mending book will be able to be placed on all of my gear. This guy is now complete. So I'm going to need this knowledge gem, this mending book, throw the mending book right there, and throw the knowledge gem on there, and I'll just throw my hammer right there. And it's going to pull the experience out of that, be able to put mending onto my hammer. There are new books that I'm actually able to craft with this thing, which is pretty cool. This is all that liquid crystal that I showed earlier. I had to get some more mermaid's gems by riding around in my boat. So I made myself a couple things here. I made myself a scanner, a range module, and a rare ores module, right? And I got a battery box right here. This way I'm able to actually charge this thing up because it takes 10,000 EU or whatever you want to say be able to use it. And what I'll be able to do is actually right click it to find ores. So I think it'll work pretty well. What I'm actually trying to find is going to be netherite, but I think it should be able to show me pretty much anything. So yeah, like there's shimmer stone and whatever. I want to use it, like I said, in the nether. And as easy as that, we found ourselves some ancient debris down here. And it looks like it's in a blue nether quartz vein. Here we go. We've got some ancient debris kind of all around us, so I'm actually just going to start tearing this up with my hammer here. This scanner thing is pretty overpowered for this reason exactly, because now I can grab ancient debris and I don't even have to look for it. Feels super cheaty if I'm being completely honest, but I don't really care. But what's cool is now since I've got mending, my hammer will stay repaired the entire time, and I can just sit here and tear this all apart, getting myself some ancient debris. Just like that. And of course I can throw my newly gotten ancient debris into my electric macerator here, and that'll give me some netherite scraps, which I can throw into the alloy smelter with gold to get some netherite ingots. It comes out to about half of what the recipe is whenever you craft it in a crafting recipe. So out of those 6 ancient debris, I got 3 netherite ingots. I'm going to go ahead and turn my hammer into a netherite hammer. Well, I just made a big boo-boo. I recorded a whole section and realized that my face cam was on it, but I have my face cam covered, so it was just a black square in the bottom. So I'll just show you what I did. I set up a little area down here with item vaults from Create. These are 3x3x9, so they're the max size item vault you can get. And they're all connected with inventory trims, and then connected back here with an inventory cable connector from Tom Simple Storage. So basically it's just mass storage for our Tom's network. So I decided to move my storage for all of the stuff we have automated just to right here, and then I've got an access point underneath set to in-out blacklist. So basically it works out the same. It just pulls from here and then inputs to wherever, because these are set to only accept so many items or whatever, or they're filtered from the back. So I can have it pull out on blacklist and it won't go to the wrong spot or anything. So right now I'm currently setting up automation for 10 components. So I've got this one set up for 10 plates, this one set up for 10 curved plates, this one set up for 10 rings. Of course I'll set up a wire mill right there, and that will accept 10 plates and output 10 wires. And of course I can set up a cutting machine that will accept 10 ingots and put out 10 rods, 10 ingots, just like that, and that'll give me the 10 rods. And then we'll have an assembler right here, which is going to be set to a couple of different outputs. It's going to be set to 10 rotors, and it's going to be set to actually 10 cables, because we're going to go like that. And I'm going to have it input rubber and soldering alloy so that we can make these 10 rotors and these 10 cables. We're going to do something different for getting rubber and soldering alloy over there. I'm actually going to use some of these entangled tanks here, because basically they act as an ender tank. I can transport fluids across the world in these and not have to worry about pumping, item pipes, or not item pipes, but fluid pipes all around the world. I can just connect this bad boy up to whatever I need it to connect to. So one of these is soldering alloy somewhere around here. I'll have to find it, but all I got to do is connect it up and we'll be able to get some soldering alloy wherever we want it. And use these light blue runes to change the color, and I set soldering alloy to all light blue, just like so. And you'll see that we've got soldering alloy right there. And that needs to get up to our assembler right here. So all I gotta do, go like that. Then I can set this to pull out, just like so. And there we go. That'll pull soldering alloy right on out of that. And I could set the same thing up right here with rubber. Run another cable right next to here. Oh, I have to change the color of the cable. All right, I got some black cables. I can run those just like so. Run them in the same line as that one. Set that to output. Set that to input. And now we'll have synthetic rubber and soldering alloy in there. Seems like everything's working pretty well. I got all of the filtering set up. I ended up just setting these to blacklist input output because, like I said, they're set to be able to only accept certain items. Everything over here is kind of working. For some reason, it's not wanting to pull rubber out of these. I don't really know why. I have it set to extract or input output, and it's filtered to be able to pull rubber sheets. And this is filtered to accept rubber sheets. But for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to want to accept them. Actually, you know what? It might have just taken some. No, it's just split them. And like this one's not even crafting the stuff it's supposed to craft. It's supposed to be able to make inductors, but for whatever reason it wasn't. It's set to be able to hold 4 of them. So if any of y'all have any advice on why these might not work. Oh, never mind. The recipe makes 4. That's why I wasn't holding them. Yeah. Okay. So now we just got an extra inductor. Okay, that's fine then. But I still don't understand why these aren't taking rubber sheets. That's weird to me. But everything else seems to be working fine, so I'm just going to be satisfied with it. This is setting up for making a stack of 10 plates and a stack of 10 rotors. So we'll use that for automating other components. So the last thing I'm going to set up here, we're going to finally automate steel. I'm going to set up a macerator here. That'll be for iron dust. I'm going to set up a centrifuge here. That'll be for making carbon dust. Now this centrifuge is a new item. This is actually takes some LV components, but it is still an MV, or sorry, it takes some MV components, but it's still an LV machine. So I can still run that off of my current power setup. I'm going to hook those up to power, and we're going to hook them up to some inputs, and we're going to get some steel automated. So I hooked up an entangled chest over at our storage area, getting iron, and all I'm going to do is set that to output blacklist, just like this, and that'll be input blacklist. And this macerator should start getting iron ingots. And then I'm going to set this one here to all black, which is set to accept coal from our storage system. And then I'll set that to go into, or coal dust, I guess, coal dust. And then that I will set just like so, and I'll disconnect those, and I'll have that set to in on blacklist, and I'll have that set to out on blacklist. So the centrifuge will start getting coal dust. Then I can come down here to the bottom, pull out of these input into our input hatch right there. I can set those both to out on blacklist, and then that will eventually get iron dust and carbon dust. And I've got power hooked up here. We're getting carbon dust, we're getting iron dust, and that's coming over here, and that should be making steel for us. And it sure is. We've got steel coming out right there. And guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I hope that y'all enjoyed. I really do. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.